Hello YouTube, it's Faceless Man here, and today I kind of want to talk about why I believe that the Samsung Galaxy Note 8 is the best phone in the market right now. Now, of course, you can be debatable with iPhone and Samsung. You have your ups and downs for each and both, but I believe that this one is superior, and I will explain in a bit. But this one, it is the best Android phone compared to the Google Pixel 2 and the LG V30. This one is above both of them, and I'm gonna explain first why, and that is the S Pen. Now I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like, this is gonna be a straightforward opinion on my part that this phone, the iPhone 8, the Google Pixel 2, the LG V30, they're all very similar phones, besides iPhone because they run a different operating system. But these other three Android devices, they are very similar, guys. Understand that. Now the camera, they're saying, oh, this camera is slightly better. Oh, this phone opens the application 0.001 seconds faster. Oh my god, this is a better phone because of that. No, guys, understand that doesn't fucking matter. Like, sorry for my language, but it doesn't fucking matter. Like, people make a big deal for a slightly better camera, a slightly better, app opening. This shit is stupid. Like, I hate when people do things like that, because that doesn't matter. If an app opens a thousandth of a second faster, what is that gonna do? That's not gonna do shit. So understand that, guys. Understand that shouldn't play an effect. Now, what does have to play an effect is the features the phone produces, what you can do with your phone, and how you can use it in a day-to-day life. Okay, and that's the most important thing. And compared to all those, this one has produced more, and the big part has been the S Pen. Now, the S Pen has been played a huge part because, like, again, I work in the film industry and all that stuff too. So whenever I have to write down notes, numbers, all that stuff, I have to write it down, so I could just pop up a quick note, get someone's number, do a quick note of something that I have to do. It's quick. It's just a quick process. So that's one of the things that it's helped out a lot. So many things I could do with the pen, just note taking, all that stuff has played a huge part. The other phones haven't really played a huge part because they're just phones, And the S8 Plus, the LG V30, the Pixel 2, they're all very similar phones. If you're using it to call, text, doing those features that it has, you really don't use, guys. The main thing is that how you use a phone in a day-to-day basis and how that affects it and how that works. And for me, this one has been so helpful in my life, and that's the thing I look at. So again, I was an iPhone user. Again, I was an Apple fanboy, as you could say. Not really, but I did have all the iPhones from the beginning to now, and I've loved them up until the 5S. After the 6, I've just had issues. The 5S, I still use it once in a while, but it's slow, and it's just because it's an older phone. Apple kind of screws you over. But the thing I don't like, now I'm going to jump to Apple. The reason I don't like Apple anymore is because after the 5S, they've gone to screw their group of Apple users over. I've gotten the 6, the 6S, the 7, I've gotten all those phones, and they've all broken down on me. I've had to replace each one of those iPhones about 4 times a year. And that has been so frustrating. I barely received the iPhone 8 Plus when it came out, and it's getting fixed right now. I was trying to use my phone. It started getting laggy. Okay, I was like, okay, what the hell's going on? I want to go get it sent. They replaced it right there, and then I was like, okay, cool. And then I got that new phone, and I made a call, and the screen froze on me. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And I wasn't able to hard reset. I wasn't able to do shit with it. It was just like dead. I waited till the battery drained and died. It did. I charged it up. Okay, it turned on. It worked fine. I did another call. It did the same thing. I had to go get it sent and get it fixed. So You know, they're saying, oh, well, we don't have any new phones. You're going to have to wait about 2 months. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, you know, and it's just, I've been having that issue with Apple every year with every phone. They've been breaking down. They haven't lasted more than a year. So, you know, I don't like talking bad about Apple, but they've just been giving us shit, you know? And I believe if Apple, if Apple, you know, grabs their balls and says, you know what, we're going to produce something good, they can, because they have the ability to produce a great phone like they did before. But the reason they don't is because they're trying to, you know, have a new feature for the next phone, you know? So it's like saying, if you see from the 6 to the 8, there hasn't been too much change. You know, there hasn't been so much change. And the only thing they add is little features here and there and a slightly faster processor that, you know, makes people buy it. So they're pretty much just milking the money out of the people. And I'm just liking that about Apple. You know, the iPhone 10 could have been a lot better, but they took out the fingerprint scanner. They could have done it a lot better, but they completely screwed it up. And I'm just not liking where Apple's heading, you know? I really don't. None of the phones from Apple have lasted more than a year, like I said. And that's a big issue for me because I like their products. But, you know, again, like Steve Jobs always said, you know, I forgot. It was a quote, but it's like saying, like, you know, if something is working, why try to fix something that's, you know, you know, good? So like, let's say the headphone jack, it was working well. There was no issues with it, but because they wanted it a millimeter smaller, they had to take out the whole damn headphone jack because of it. And that's stupid, you know? I hate when companies try to do that, you know? Who gives a shit if the phone is slightly thinner? Like, you have to care about how it produces, how it helps you on your daily life. And that's what a lot of people have lost themselves in. You know, where it's like, oh my god, my phone is slightly thinner. It's like, who gives a shit, you know? You're supposed to see how the phone produces, how it could help you with your daily life, how it could, you know, help you. And that's what phones are. So, you know, I really don't want to rant that much, but, you know, again, I hope Apple gets better. And I hope they realize, you know, that they're screwing up, because as you even see in their stocks, Apple's just going down right now. And I really hope them the best. I really hope that they grab their nutsack and, you know, start heading up again. But yeah, guys, again, I'm going to stick with this phone, and just remind yourselves, guys, that, you know, just because it's slightly faster and, you know, has slightly better, you know, features, doesn't mean you have to, like, choose one over the other. Choose the one that's going to be more beneficial for your life and more beneficial for your productivity. Now, for me, like I said, my job requires me to have something like this. But if your job doesn't, then you could go for an SA Plus or an LG V30. They're slightly cheaper and they work well. So, you know, again, everybody has a different preference. And I believe that you should get the phone that fits your lifestyle more. And that's why I say, you know, again, it's all an opinion. Everybody has their own opinion. People are very simplistic and like the iPhone, then use the iPhone. Who gives a crap? You know, you shouldn't care what other people have. You should care about what you have and what's going to help you and help you be more productive in your life. So again, yeah, guys, that's all I want to say. But if you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions or anything, or you want to kind of talk smack, feel free to leave the comments down below. I'll feel free to reply. So again, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.